Hi, Barbara Wally here, orthopedic and sports certified physical therapist, to talk to you about pickleball injury prevention. This is our fourth video in a 5-part series. Our first video was an introduction to pickleball. Our second video talked about hydration, diet, and learning how to play. And our third video also spoke about strengthening and appropriate frequency and intensity, as well as equipment. Today we're going to talk about warm-up, static, and dynamic stretching. So first off, let's dive in. So warm-up, the purpose of warm-up is to increase your muscle and tendon flexibility. And you're also increasing your blood flow. Thinking of warming up an oven, warming up your car before you drive it. You're trying to increase your body temperature. And as you can imagine, say if you cook, that things that you cook tend to move a lot easier when they are warm or they are hot. Even think about Play-Doh or silly putty. Whenever it's warm, it moves a lot easier. It's the same thing with our body tissues. We're trying to free our body and create more coordinated movement. So what do I mean by a warm-up? It's something that you do before you play. It's about 5 minutes. You're just trying to first break a sweat. It's a walk or a jog. It's about 5 minutes, just until you start to sweat and you start to feel your body temperature come up. Next, after you've warmed up, you want to think about stretching. The first kind of stretching that I'd like to talk about is static stretching. Those are our long holds, our yoga type movements. And the purpose of stretching is to allow enough movement in our joints. We're trying to decrease muscle stiffness. Obviously, we're increasing your flexibility and range of motion, and therefore trying to reduce injury. The challenge with static stretching is there is not a lot of great research out there to support the use of stretching to reduce injury, but there's so much anecdotal evidence over the years that stretching really does help reduce the risk of injury. Static stretching is best done very briefly before you play. Afterwards, when you're nice and warm and you've played for a while, that's a great time to spend a good 5 minutes and stretch at the end of play. Now, dynamic stretching is more of those quick motions. So if you watch football and you see them warming up before they play, you'll see them doing a lot of arm swings and leg swings. Those are dynamic stretches. Those are not meant to be held for long periods of time. It's just a quick movement, a quick stretch feeling. And dynamic stretches are more brief, maybe 10 to 20 swings until you first feel a stretch and release. It's more of a performing enhancement maneuver. It improves power and agility, and it reduces the jelly legs. So the challenge with static stretching is it can create the jelly leg sensation. It can be used appropriately with rehab for people that have extraordinarily tight muscles or neurologic conditions causing spasticity in tight muscles, because you can reduce that spasticity and tightness, but it can actually prohibit your performance before you play. So that's why a lot of static stretching is not a good idea before you play. But dynamic stretching does not have that result. And it's a great thing to do before you exercise. So typically, just to round it up for today, you want to warm up for 5 minutes. You want to do a brief amount of static stretching, maybe for your high risk muscle groups. Say if you know your calves are really tight or your hamstrings are really tight, maybe do 1 round of 30-second stretching. And then do 5 minutes of dynamic stretches, some arm swings, some leg kicks, about 10 to 20 repetitions on each side just for a few minutes. And then at the end, when you're done and you're chatting with your friends, spend about 5 minutes really stretching 3 times 30 seconds with your static stretching at the end. But that rounds it out for today. Our next video is going to summarize and put it all together, and it'll be part 5 of 5. But I hope this was very helpful and that you have a great day. Thank you.